Hello everyone! Today, let's discover the oyster farming industry in Japan, one of the standout sectors with significant importance in the country's seafood industry. Projected for 2024, the oyster industry in Japan is not only expected to reach an impressive value of up to $293.64 million, but it will also experience strong growth with a compound annual growth rate of 4.0%. This clearly demonstrates the appeal and developmental potential of oyster farming here. Since ancient times, the Japanese have been harvesting and cultivating oysters in bays with ideal conditions for oyster growth, especially in the Hiroshima area, which is known as the largest oyster farming region in Japan. It accounts for about 2/3 of the country's oyster output, with a production of about 20,000 tons per year. The unique geographical conditions of the Hiroshima Bay area provide an ideal environment for oyster farming. This region has a long history of oyster cultivation, beginning in the 16th century, and today oysters are farmed on extensive floating rafts in the sea, with most of the produce being exported globally. The rope-cultured oyster method is a popular modern technique, attracting many in the aquaculture industry due to its effectiveness and economic benefits. When oyster spat are attached to substrates such as seashells or calcium-rich limestone, they are suspended on high-durability ropes. These ropes are then attached to previously constructed bamboo rafts. This method not only promotes rapid oyster growth, but also increases their survival rate without necessitating significant investment costs. Oyster farming requires a suitable natural environment for oysters to thrive and achieve high quality. Japan, with its extensive coastline and favorable natural conditions, has become one of the ideal places for oyster cultivation. Areas with strong currents, rich in nutrients, and free from pollution are critical factors contributing to oyster development. Japan is situated in a temperate climate zone with 4 distinct seasons and seasonal temperature variations, creating an ideal habitat for many aquatic species, including oysters. Coastal regions like Hiroshima, Miyagi, Saga, and Okayama are renowned for oyster farming due to their favorable climate and terrain. These areas typically have moderate depths, seabed sediments rich in nutrients, and seawater temperatures ranging from 10 to 25 degrees Celsius, which are conducive to oyster growth. The currents bring in abundant natural food sources, facilitating rapid oyster development. Seawater quality is a crucial factor in the growth and quality of oysters. In Japan, seawater rich in oxygen, with stable salinity and low pollution, is essential for healthy oyster development. Coastal areas where saline ocean water mixes with fresh water from rivers create an ideal brackish water environment for oysters. Additionally, the circulation of seawater is very important. Steady and strong currents provide sufficient oxygen and food while also helping to clean the oyster shells and prevent the growth of parasites. Japan is renowned for its high-quality oyster breeds, particularly the Pacific oyster, Crassostrea gigas, also known as the Miyagi oyster, and the Japanese oyster, Kumamoto oyster. The Pacific oyster, the most widely farmed in Japan and other parts of the world, adapts well to diverse environments, from cold to warm waters and from saline to brackish conditions. This variety grows quickly, taking only about 18 to 24 months to reach market size, featuring large shells, thick flesh, and a sweet flavor. Meanwhile, the smaller Kumamoto oyster has a distinctive flavor and grows slower, taking 2 to 3 years to reach market size. It is considered a premium oyster with a high market value due to its lower production volume. After harvesting, the oysters are transported to shore from boats via an automated conveyor system. Onshore, workers meticulously inspect each oyster. Those that do not meet the standards for size or are damaged are separated, ensuring only the best oysters are retained. Next, they are gently placed into clean water tanks and rotating cages, where a thorough cleaning process occurs. Mud, algae, and other organisms attached to the shells are completely removed to meet the strictest safety and hygiene standards. Additionally, this cleaning process improves the oyster's external appearance, making them look more appealing. To preserve the pure and fresh flavor of oysters, the next step following cleaning is shell removal. This process is manually performed by the skilled and patient hands of workers. Each oyster is carefully opened to harvest the meat inside. This is the most delicious part, carrying the highest value of the oyster. The meticulousness in each action not only shows appreciation for the product, but also helps maintain the distinctive sweet taste of the sea. After the shells are removed, the oysters are placed into clean water tanks with aeration systems, where any remaining dirt and impurities from the shelling process are thoroughly cleaned. Next, they are moved onto a conveyor belt to remove excess water, ensuring the oysters are dry before entering the final packaging stage. Workers then pack each oyster into 1 kilogram boxes to be stored in a warehouse at the ideal temperature. This process helps maintain the oyster's freshness and prepares them for transportation to restaurants and other points of sale. To meet the diverse needs of customers, some oysters, after being cleaned but not shelled, are sent to automatic sorting machines. Here, they are carefully classified into 3 different sizes and weights to match specific market demands. Afterwards, the oysters are stored in aerated water tanks, keeping them alive and fresh for the packaging process. Finally, the oysters are gently placed and packed into foam boxes, ensuring optimal quality throughout the transportation journey, bringing the highest quality fresh oyster products to the domestic market. Oysters are a delicious and nutritious delicacy highly favored in Asian countries, especially in Japan and China, where they are considered a specialty and are a key ingredient in many traditional and modern dishes. The dishes made from oysters are very diverse, including raw, grilled, fried, and many other preparations. Thank you for watching our video. If you enjoyed it, don't forget to hit like, share, and subscribe to our channel to catch more exciting videos. We wish you a day full of energy and joy.